Now, here's something that took me by surprise, because usually I get angry man babies in my comments being like, oh, women shouldn't be happy and women shouldn't be talking about what happens in childbirth and all of that. But to have another woman saying this is objectively fascinating. Let's read this together, shall we? Shouldn't it be mothers complaining about the effects some have from giving birth? These women have this trend is like women with children advocating for women to have kids. Hold up. Hold up. I could not have read that right. These women have this trend is like women with kids advocating for women to have kids. Moving on. Both sides have made their respective decisions, so enjoy your choice in silence. Emojis. So, what I think this commenter is trying to say is that I, as a happily child free woman, should not have an opinion on childbirth. Like, only mothers have the right to talk about the effects of childbirth because they've lived through it, which is fascinating. It's kind of giving, if you've never been punched in the face, you don't have the right to talk about why you don't want to get punched in the face. You see what I'm saying here? Like, you've never been on the Titanic, so why are you scared of boats? You've never been hit by a car, so why are you concerned about safety regulations? You see how none of those things make sense? You hear how none of those things make sense. This is what this comment sounds like to me, because one of the reasons why so many women who are on the fence or apprehensive or know they don't want kids but haven't seen a lot of the positives of this lifestyle or even the truth behind what motherhood is because a lot of people who are mothers have, up until very recently, I will say up until very recently, have not shared the full truth of what that experience is like. And in a similar way, a lot of women who are happily child-free, like myself, have kind of been demonized away from sharing about the positives of their experience. And to be fair, I recognize that I have been sharing a lot of the negative sides of like the things that scare me personally away from having kids. But I was talking to my best friend yesterday and she made a really good point. She was like, Shayna, you have been sharing a lot of like white people should not have kids as like a gotcha, be scared kind of a thing. But you haven't really been sharing like the positives from your lived experience as to like why people should be excited to consider a child-free lifestyle. So I will be doing more of that also. But like the idea of only mothers complain. First of all, I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing facts. That woman almost went blind. Not almost. That woman did go blind. Thankfully, that vein was de-inflamed later on, so she was able to, see again. But that's just a fact. People can go blind. People can lose organs. People can have like postpartum diabetes. These aren't me complaining. This is me sharing facts to people who might not have all the facts. Now, if you would like future mothers to go into this misinformed, that's one thing, which is kind of like what it sounds like you want. It's also kind of reading to me, like I just looked at that first sentence again. Shouldn't it be mothers complaining about the effects some have from giving birth? Like, does every doctor break their leg to treat a cast? Like, not everybody has to live through the thing to talk about the thing. Not everybody that was hurt via not everybody that advocates against domestic violence has been violated domestically. Like, this makes no sense. So, all this to say, no, I will not be enjoying my choice in silence. I will continue to be very vocal about my very active, very joyful choice. And if that makes you upset, then you don't have to be here. You genuinely don't have to be here. Will you probably continue to be here ragefully? Sure. I don't know, maybe. But I'm in like reading the comments and in like gaining my beautiful community, I'm really happy to see the amount of people, men and women, that are having these enriching conversations about what child-free living looks like in today's society and how it can be like exactly what the soul wants. And for all of the people that are on the fence about, should I be child free? Should I not? I am encouraging you to do your research. Do your research, especially if you would be the person who would be pregnant. Do your research on what that would do to your body. Potentially. Mind you, these things don't happen to everybody, but they can happen to anybody. And some people are at greater risk than others, depending on what your health history is, your mental health history sometimes, because it's not just your body, it's your physiological state. There's a lot of things happening internally. So do your research. Do your research loudly. Arguably, share your research with other people. Because if you want to be a mom, if you want to be a parent, that changes everything in your life and in your body. It does. It just does. And if you want a child, if you know for a fact that you want a child and that you want to give birth to that child, listen, go for it. Go for it. I'm not stopping you. I've said in many other videos, I have the deepest respect for people that know what they want. Whether that's in a relationship, whether that is in a friendship, whether that is what you want for your own body, the people that know they want to be child-free, I stand. If you know you want to be a parent, I stand. Be informed about your decision. Be informed about your choice. There are medical research, there's medical papers out there. There are influencers that talk extensively, like I'm talking OBGYNs that talk extensively about this on social media. Just do your research. Ask your questions. Please. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. You know how it do. And yeah, I think that's everything for T-Star. I wish you nothing but the best. If somebody can figure out what that middle sentence means, I would greatly appreciate it. But in the meantime, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.